Hello everyone, I'm the narrator. Today, I bring you a millionaire love story. A love that rises above all challenges. Where hearts find each other in a world of luxury. True wealth isn't just money. It's love that lasts. Do you believe in destined love? If so, like, share, comment, and subscribe to Millionaire Love Stories for more heart-touching stories. Now, let's step into this story together. Logan Fisher was a man of precision, control, and an unshakable set of rules. His world was ordered, calculated, and completely devoid of unnecessary distractions, including women. Not because he despised them, but because he physically could not be around them. Since childhood, Logan had suffered from an inexplicable medical condition. Whenever a woman touched him, his body would break out in rashes, his breathing would turn shallow, and his skin would burn as if he had been set on fire. Doctors were baffled. Specialists around the world had tested, prodded, and experimented, but no one could explain why. So, he did the only logical thing. He avoided women altogether. As the CEO of Fisher Enterprises, he had built a life where everything was controlled. His assistants? Male. His personal staff? Male. His world? Sterile. Untouchable. Perfect. Until one fateful evening. It started with dust. Logan strode into his penthouse suite at the Rosewood Hotel, his keen eyes scanning every inch of the space. And there it was, a fine layer of dust on the mahogany side table. His stomach turned. This is an outrage, he muttered under his breath before seizing the phone. His voice was sharp, commanding, "I want this room cleaned. Immediately." On the other end of the line, the hotel manager stammered, "Oh, of course, Mr. Fisher, right away." And that was how Isabella Montero was thrown into the lion's den. Armed with nothing but a mop, a rag, and her sharp tongue, Isabella entered the suite, completely unaware that her life was about to change. "Excuse me, sir, I'm here to clean," she announced, her voice even and professional. But when she looked up, her breath hitched. The man before her was stunning. Ice blue eyes, a chiseled jaw, and an expression so cold it could freeze fire. He wasn't human, he was a Greek sculpture in a designer suit. Logan eyed her like a scientist observing an unidentified specimen. "You have 5 minutes. Do not mess this up." Isabella bit back an exasperated sigh. 5 minutes? Does he think I have magic powers? She got to work, moving with the efficiency of someone who had been doing this for years. Everything was going smoothly until she reached for the side table, the same cursed table that had started all of this. And then, it happened. Her arm brushed against his. Logan froze. The air in the room seemed to disappear. Isabella pulled back, blinking. "Oops, sorry." But Logan wasn't listening. His eyes were locked on his arm. His face contorted in pure horror. "You touched me," he whispered, his voice barely audible. She raised an eyebrow. "Yeah? Do you want me to get you some hand sanitizer?" "You touched me." His voice rose, his breathing erratic. "Do you know what that means?" Isabella frowned. "Should I? I'm allergic to women," he declared as if that was a normal thing to say. She stared at him, trying to determine if he was being serious. "Allergic?" "Yes," Logan said stiffly. "Every time a woman touches me, I break out in rashes." He paused, his brows knitting together. He looked at his arm. Nothing. No redness, no swelling, no reaction at all. His eyes snapped back to Isabella. "This doesn't make sense." She grinned, folding her arms. "Wow, so what does that make me? Your human antidote? Don't joke about this." Logan snapped. "Sorry, but how do you survive? Do you explode if a flight attendant bumps into you? Do you pass out if an old lady holds your hand?" Logan clenched his jaw. "Usually, yes. But I touched you," she said, stepping closer, curiosity burning in her eyes. "And nothing happened." He inhaled deeply, then did something completely irrational. He reached out and grabbed her wrist. Isabella gasped. Silence. Nothing. No burning sensation. No suffocating tightness. No reaction at all. Logan released her as if she had just proven an impossible theory. His mind was spinning. This was science. This was biology. This was an unexplained phenomenon. And he needed answers. "You're going to work for me," he announced abruptly. Isabella blinked. "I'm sorry? You're my personal employee now." Logan continued as if this was already decided. "I'm going to study this." She looked at him as if he had just asked her to wash a pet dragon. "Hold on, handsome." You think you can just hire me? Yes. And who gave you that right? My money. Isabella let out a slow, deep breath. Right. I forgot that billionaires think they can buy anything. Correction. We can. She let out a laugh of disbelief. Are you kidding me? I'm not a lab experiment. Logan shrugged. Now you are. She gaped at him. And what if I don't accept? I'll double your salary. She crossed her arms. Still no. I'll triple it. She hesitated. Lifetime health insurance. Logan added. 6-figure annual bonus. She narrowed her eyes. Where do I sign? Logan smirked, satisfied. But, Isabella pointed at him. I'm not a trained puppy. No, he mused. Because puppies at least obey. Her jaw dropped. You are a terrible human being. And you're hired. She sighed, pressing her fingers to her temples. This can't be real. Logan remained completely unfazed. Believe me, it's very real. And just like that, Isabella Montero, the woman who had walked into that room to clean up some dust, was now the personal assistant to the most neurotic billionaire on the planet. She just had no idea what was coming next. Isabella Montero had signed many things in her life: receipts, employment forms, even the occasional complaint against a rude customer. But she had never signed anything as absurd as this. Sitting across from Logan Fisher in his penthouse office, she stared at the thick, leather-bound contract he had placed before her. This is a joke, right? She said, flipping through the pages. This is longer than my lease agreement. It's a standard employment contract. Logan replied coolly, adjusting his cufflinks. Standard? Isabella scoffed. Logan, this thing has rules about how I'm supposed to breathe in your presence. He didn't blink. I have preferences. She sighed, rubbing her temples. Okay, let's break this down. She turned to the first section. Rule 1. Under no circumstances will the assistant initiate physical contact with Mr. Fisher without prior verbal permission. She snorted. Am I working for you or a vampire? Given my condition, it's a reasonable rule. Logan replied. She flipped the page. Rule 2. Mr. Fisher's coffee must be served at precisely 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Isabella's head snapped up. You measured it? Of course. She rolled her eyes. Oh, this is going to be fun. She continued reading. Rule 3. The assistant shall be punctual to the second. Maintain professional composure at all times, and refrain from making unnecessary commentary. Isabella let out a slow exhale. Logan, I think you hired the wrong person. He smirked. We'll see. She skimmed ahead and found the most ridiculous clause yet. Rule 12. The assistant must remain within a 5-foot radius of Mr. Fisher during public outings to prevent unnecessary exposure. Isabella looked up, raising an eyebrow. Are you serious? 5 feet? I require controlled environments. Oh, so I'm your personal bodyguard now? If that's what helps you sleep at night, Logan said dryly. Isabella leaned back in her chair, folding her arms. All right, let's get one thing straight. Boss, I may be signing this contract, but I'm not signing away my soul. That's debatable, Logan murmured. With a dramatic sigh, she grabbed a pen and signed the bottom of the contract. Congratulations, you just hired the only woman on the planet who doesn't worship the ground you walk on. Logan smirked. We'll see. The first test. Isabella's first day as Logan's assistant started with a bang. Literally. She accidentally slammed the office door open with too much force, causing Logan to look up from his desk with a slow, unimpressed blink. Subtle, he muttered. Sorry, she said, setting her bag down. I'll try to enter less dramatically next time. See that you do. She huffed and straightened her blazer. All right, boss, what's the plan for today? Logan leaned back in his chair, folding his hands together. Your first assignment is simple. She raised an eyebrow. Oh, do you need me to rearrange your colored socks by shade? Set up your emergency sanitizing station? His lips twitched, almost a smile. Coffee. She blinked. Excuse me? You heard me, he said smoothly. Black coffee. No sugar. No milk. 175 degrees. Go. Isabella stared at him, deadpan. You do realize you just gave me an assistant hazing ritual, right? I expect perfection, Logan replied. She let out an exaggerated sigh and strutted out of the office. Fine. One overpriced billionaire brew coming right up. 15 minutes later, Isabella triumphantly returned, carrying a cup of coffee. She placed it on his desk with a flourish. Here you go, Your Royal Highness. Logan gave her a long, slow look before taking the cup. He lifted it to his lips, took a sip, and immediately spat it back out. Isabella's eyes widened. What? Logan wiped his mouth with a napkin, his expression full of betrayal. What is this? Coffee, she exclaimed, made with love and mild resentment. His nostrils flared. It has cinnamon. She clapped her hands together. Surprise. I thought a special touch would give it some sophistication. I hate cinnamon, Logan said, pinching the bridge of his nose. Isabella gasped dramatically. You mean the almighty Logan Fisher hates something? Shocking. Make another one. Oh my God, you are the worst. And yet, here you are, Logan replied, his lips twitching again. Isabella groaned, grabbed the cup, and marched back out. Chaos at the office. By noon, Isabella had already learned 3 things about working for Logan Fisher. He was allergic to incompetence. He had the patience of a caffeinated chihuahua. He was impossible to fluster. Which meant, naturally, that Isabella took it upon herself to change that. She waltzed back into his office, holding a stack of paperwork. All right, boss, time for you to sign your soul away. Logan didn't even look up. I already did that when I hired you. She plopped the stack onto his desk. These are contracts for your upcoming merger. Also, I took the liberty of adding an extra clause stating that you must smile at least once a day. Logan gave her a withering stare. Did you read these? She flipped open a page. Blah blah blah. Money money money. Something about assets. And blah blah profit. Yep. Got it. Logan exhaled sharply. Sign them. Properly. Isabella grinned. You're no fun. That's what keeps this company running. She muttered something under her breath but got to work. Just as she finished, Logan's phone rang. He answered it with his usual curt tone. Fisher speaking. A pause. Then, suddenly, his entire posture stiffened. Isabella, sensing drama, leaned forward. Who is it? Logan covered the receiver and gave her a sharp look. None of your business. Which, naturally, meant it was absolutely her business. He continued speaking, his jaw tightening with every word. Isabella watched with fascination. Logan Fisher, the man who controlled everything, suddenly looked frustrated. When he finally hung up, he pinched the bridge of his nose. She leaned in. Sue, bad news? He sighed. That was Samantha Lear. Isabella blinked. And who is Samantha Lear? Logan ran a hand through his hair. My ex-fiancé. Silence. Then Isabella burst out laughing. Oh, this is going to be fun. Logan glared at her. This is not fun. She wiped away a fake tear. Oh, Logan, you poor thing. Do you need me to hold your hand? Oh wait, I can. He scowled. You will behave. Or what? She teased. You'll fire me? Logan smirked, standing up. No, I'll make you go to dinner with me. Isabella's smile faltered. Wait, what? You heard me. Business dinner. Tonight, you're coming with me. Her stomach dropped. She had just gotten comfortable in this job. But now? She was about to step into the lion's den. Isabella Montero had many skills: cleaning, sarcasm, and the ability to annoy Logan Fisher in under 3 seconds. But dining with the elite? Yeah, not her forte. She sat in the backseat of Logan's sleek black car, glaring at him as he navigated through the city traffic. This is a bad idea, she grumbled. Logan, unbothered as usual, didn't even glance at her. You'll survive. Will I? She huffed. Because I feel like I'm being sent to war. You're exaggerating. Am I? Isabella crossed her arms. Because from what I understand, your ex-fiancé is going to be there. You know, the one who probably wants to stab you with a gold-plated fork. Logan smirked. I wouldn't put it past her. Great, that's so reassuring. Logan finally glanced at her, his blue eyes scanning her outfit. At least you dressed appropriately. Isabella scoffed. Oh, so now I get approval from Mr. High Standards? She tugged at the hem of the black dress Logan had so graciously sent to her apartment. You act like I don't know how to look presentable. Logan didn't reply. Instead, he pulled the car up to an obnoxiously luxurious restaurant, the kind of place where the water probably cost more than Isabella's rent. She exhaled. All right, boss. Time to see what kind of chaos your past choices have in store for us. Logan, ever the unshakable iceberg, simply adjusted his cuffs. Behave. She grinned. No promises. The ex-fiancé from hell. The moment they stepped inside, Isabella immediately felt out of place. The restaurant's golden chandeliers cast a warm glow over a sea of millionaires, dressed in designer suits and evening gowns that screamed wealth. And right at the center of it all, Samantha Lear, Logan's ex-fiancée. She was gorgeous, of course. Long, silky blonde hair, piercing green eyes, and a presence so calculated it made Isabella's skin crawl. Samantha's lips curled into a dangerous smile the moment she saw Logan. "Darling," she purred, standing up from her seat. "You're late." Logan remained cold, offering a curt nod. "Samantha." Then Samantha's gaze shifted to Isabella. Her perfectly sculpted brows lifted in amusement. "And who is this?" Isabella smirked. "Oh, this is going to be fun." She stepped forward and extended her hand. "Isabella Montero, Logan's personal assistant." Samantha's expression barely shifted, but her eyes definitely sharpened. She took Isabella's hand briefly before letting go. "Personal assistant? How quaint." Logan pulled out a chair for Isabella before taking his own seat. "Let's get to business." Samantha's smile widened as she gracefully sat down. "Oh, but darling, we haven't even ordered wine yet." Isabella fought the urge to gag. "Darling? Who talked like that?" Samantha signaled to the waiter, who immediately brought over an expensive bottle of wine. As he poured, she turned her attention back to Logan. "You've been busy, haven't you?" She sipped her wine, her green eyes flickering toward Isabella. "Hiring help now?" Isabella grinned. "Oh, I'm not just help." She leaned forward. "I'm also the only woman on the planet who can touch him without sending him into an allergic coma." Samantha froze. Logan sighed. And then Isabella felt the atmosphere shift. Samantha placed her wine glass down carefully. "So, it's true." Logan's jaw tightened. "Samantha, this is fascinating." Samantha mused, completely ignoring Logan as she stared at Isabella like she was some sort of scientific anomaly. "You're the first woman he's been able to touch in years." Isabella blinked. Yeah?" Samantha's gaze darkened with interest. "Tell me, Isabella, how exactly did you discover this phenomenon?" Isabella smirked. "I accidentally brushed against him while cleaning up his ridiculous mess." Samantha's lips twitched. "How romantic." Logan shot Isabella a warning look. "Behave." She just grinned wider. The chaos that followed. For the first 15 minutes, dinner went surprisingly smooth. Logan and Samantha discussed business mergers while Isabella kept herself entertained by subtly messing with Logan. Like accidentally nudging his foot under the table, or dramatically gasping when he politely asked for the check. But then, disaster struck. It started with one wrong move. As Samantha reached for her wine glass, her bracelet snagged on the tablecloth. Time slowed. Isabella watched as the entire glass, filled with deep red wine, tipped over and spilled directly onto Logan's crisp white shirt. Dead silence. Samantha gasped. "Oh my God." Logan stared at his ruined shirt, his eye twitching. "You have got to be kidding me." "Isabella?" She burst out laughing. "Oh no." She wheezed, clutching her stomach. "Boss, what a tragedy." Logan slowly turned to glare at her. "Isabella, I mean, you're allergic to women, right?" She wiped a fake tear from her eye. "Maybe you should have been allergic to clumsy ex-fiancés too." Samantha's expression darkened. Logan exhaled, clearly praying for patience. "Samantha, I need to go change." Samantha, still recovering from the shock, nodded. "Of course." Isabella grinned. "Can I help?" Logan shot her a look. "No." Still laughing, Isabella followed Logan out of the restaurant, shaking her head. "Wow, boss, that was the most entertaining dinner I've ever been forced to attend." Logan groaned, loosening his tie as they reached his car. "You enjoyed that, didn't you?" She smirked. "Oh, absolutely." Logan rubbed his temples. "I should fire you." She batted her eyelashes. "But you won't." He sighed. "No, I won't." And as they drove away, Isabella had a sneaking suspicion. This was just the beginning. The next morning, Isabella Montero strolled into Logan Fisher's office without knocking, holding a coffee cup like it was the key to world peace. "Good morning, boss," she chirped. Logan barely glanced up from his desk. "You're late." She plopped into the chair across from him, unfazed. "Technically, I'm right on time. You're 2 minutes late. Time is a social construct." Logan pinched the bridge of his nose. "Why are you like this?" Isabella grinned, setting the coffee in front of him. "Because it's fun." He sighed, finally reaching for the cup, only to pause. His eyes narrowed. "What is this?" "Coffee," she said, blinking innocently. He sniffed it. "This is not black coffee." "Yep," she confirmed cheerfully. Logan exhaled. "Isabella." "Yes, boss? What did you put in it?" "Love," she replied dramatically. "And also cinnamon." His jaw tightened. "You know I hate cinnamon." "Yep." She sipped her own coffee. "But I figured since you're allergic to women but not to me, maybe your taste buds just need some rehab too." Logan stared at her. Then, with excruciating patience, he pushed the cup away. "You infuriate me," he muttered. "And yet, here I am, still employed." She grinned. "Fate is funny that way." Logan groaned. "Why did I hire you again?" Isabella leaned back, stretching. "Because I'm the only woman in existence who can touch you without you breaking out in hives." His expression darkened. "Don't remind me." She waggled her eyebrows. "Oh, but it bothers you, doesn't it, that I'm your personal medical mystery?" Logan shot her a glare. "No. Yes." He ignored her, refocusing on his laptop. "We have a meeting at 11. Try not to cause an international incident before then." She gasped. "That's so unfair." "It's accurate. One time I accidentally spilled coffee on a billionaire. And suddenly I'm labeled a liability." "One time?" Logan deadpanned. "Isabella, you have set an entire conference room on fire." She scoffed. "That was one time. And it was a candle, not an actual fire. Security had to be called." She waved him off. So dramatic." Logan sighed, rubbing his temples. "You're giving me a headache." Isabella grinned. "See? It's mutual." A meeting, and an even bigger problem. By 11, Logan and Isabella were seated in a pristine glass-walled conference room, surrounded by a few of his top executives. Everything was going fine, until he showed up. Adrian Blackwell, rival billionaire, Logan's least favorite person. And, judging by the slow smirk curling on Adrian's lips as he spotted Isabella, her newest problem. "Two. Well, Adrian drawled, taking a seat directly across from Logan. "This is new." Logan barely acknowledged him. "Get to the point." "Blackwell." Adrian ignored him completely. Instead, he turned to Isabella, his sharp green eyes scanning her way too closely. "And who might you be?" Isabella blinked. She's my assistant." Logan cut in, voice cold. Adrian arched an eyebrow. "Funny, I don't recall you ever needing one before." Logan's jaw tightened. "She's not your concern." Adrian, of course, grinned wider. Then, to Isabella's absolute horror, he extended his hand. "Pleasure to meet you, miss." Isabella hesitated, because if Logan was allergic to women, this could get very interesting. So, naturally, she did the most chaotic thing possible. She shook his hand. Logan stiffened. Adrian smirked. And Isabella, completely unbothered, leaned back in her chair. "Isabella Montero," she said, smiling sweetly. "Nice to meet you." The entire room seemed to hold its breath. Logan's hands clenched into fists. Adrian hummed, tilting his head. "Interesting." Logan snapped. "Enough." Adrian chuckled, clearly enjoying this. "Relax, Fisher. I was just being polite. You don't do anything without a reason." "True," Adrian admitted, sipping his water. "And I must say, this is the first time I've seen you so territorial." Isabella choked on air. Logan shot Adrian a look that could melt steel. "Drop it," he warned. Adrian smirked. "Of course." But Isabella knew better. Adrian Blackwell wasn't just interested, he was amused. And Logan Fisher? He was furious. "Oh," Isabella thought, "this is getting good." Post-meeting damage control, or Logan's meltdown. Part 1.000. As soon as the meeting ended, Logan grabbed Isabella's wrist, dragging her into his office. He slammed the door shut behind them. "Do not." "Ouch, boss." Isabella yanked her arm free, rubbing her wrist. "You're being a little dramatic. Do not shake hands with Blackwell." She blinked. "Oh, so that's what this is about." Logan glared. "Yes." Isabella smirked. "Are you jealous?" "No." "Liar." Logan exhaled sharply. "He's dangerous." "Isabella." She crossed her arms. "So are you." "That's different." She tilted her head. "How?" "Because I don't." Logan cut himself off. Isabella stepped closer. "You don't what, boss?" Silence. A heavy, tension-filled silence. Then, Logan sighed, running a hand through his hair. "Just be careful." Isabella blinked. Because Logan Fisher never showed concern. She studied him for a moment. Then, fine, she rolled her eyes. But only because I like having job security. Logan huffed. You're impossible. I know. And as she waltzed out of his office, leaving Logan standing there. Visibly frustrated, one thing was clear. Logan Fisher was definitely jealous. And Isabella? She loved it. The next morning, Isabella Montero waltzed into Logan Fisher's office with the confidence of a woman who knew she had successfully ruined her boss's sanity. Logan, on the other hand, looked like he had spent the entire night plotting a murder. Morning, boss, she greeted cheerfully. Plopping into the chair across from his desk. Logan didn't look up from his laptop. You're late. I'm actually 5 minutes early. You should have been here 10 minutes early. She snorted. Oh, excuse me, mister, I run my life like a military operation. Logan finally glanced up, glaring. Do you know why I called you in? To give me a raise? His jaw clenched. No, she gasped, placing a hand over her heart. Oh no, you're not firing me, are you? Gasp. But how will you survive without me? Logan pinched the bridge of his nose. Isabella, who will make your coffee? Who will infuriate you on a daily basis? Who will? Isabella. She smirked. Yes, boss? Logan inhaled deeply, his patience hanging by a thread. Explain yesterday. Her brows furrowed. Yesterday? Yes, yesterday. When you shook hands with Adrian Blackwell like it was some kind of casual business interaction. She blinked. Wait, that's what this is about? Logan's glare intensified. Oh, my God. Isabella smacked her forehead. You're really jealous, aren't you? Logan scoffed. I am not jealous. She leaned forward. Then why does your vein look like it's about to burst? Logan exhaled slowly. Isabella. Yes? If you value your job, never do that again. She blinked. Never do it again? Be polite? He clenched his jaw. Never touch him again. Her lips twitched. Why? What's the worst that could happen? Logan stared at her, his entire body radiating possessiveness. Then, in an act of pure male frustration, he did something completely out of character. He stood up, walked around the desk, leaned down, and placed his hands on either side of her chair. Isabella's heart stuttered. Boss? Logan's voice was low. Dangerous. You really want to know why you shouldn't touch him? She swallowed. Yes? Logan leaned closer, his mouth inches from her ear. Because you're mine. Isabella's brain short-circuited. Silence. Tension. And then, she burst out laughing. Logan froze. I can't breathe, Isabella wheezed, clutching her stomach. That was the most dramatic thing I have ever heard. Logan's expression darkened. I'm serious. Isabella. Oh, I know. She wiped away a tear. That's what makes it hilarious. Logan glowered. But Isabella just smirked, tilting her head. So what you're saying is, you're really jealous. He crossed his arms. I don't get jealous. You literally just caged me into my chair and declared your territory. Logan's eye twitched. I was making a point. Oh, you made a point. All right. Isabella grinned. You're obsessed with me. Logan's jaw clenched. I am not obsessed with you. MMMHMM. I'm not. Sure, boss. Get out. She beamed. Gladly. And with that, Isabella waltzed out of his office, leaving Logan simmering in his own jealousy. The not a date. That night, Logan had a new problem. His company had a high-profile charity gala. And Isabella, his biggest mistake, was his plus one. When he picked her up from the dress boutique, he was prepared for disaster. What he wasn't prepared for was her. The moment Isabella stepped out of the store, Logan's breath caught. She was wearing a sleek, floor-length black gown, elegant yet effortlessly her. Her normally wild hair was styled into soft waves. And the makeup was subtle but enough to make his brain malfunction. For the first time in his life, Logan Fisher had no words. Isabella blinked. Why are you looking at me like that? Logan cleared his throat, trying to act normal. You clean up well. She smirked. Careful, boss. That almost sounded like a compliment. Logan exhaled sharply and opened the car door. Get in before I change my mind. She slid into the car, grinning. You're so fun when you're miserable. Logan climbed in beside her, resisting the urge to strangle her. The gala, where Logan almost lost his mind. The event was predictably dull, schmoozing, business talk, overpriced champagne. Logan handled it like he always did, with cold indifference. Isabella, however, she was having a field day. She mingled. She charmed. She stole hors d'oeuvres from passing waiters. Logan barely had time to glare at her before disaster struck. Because Adrian Blackwell showed up. And the moment he saw Isabella, Logan knew they were in trouble. "Ah," Adrian smirked. "Approaching. My favorite assistant." Logan tensed. Isabella grinned. "Mr. Blackwell, how lovely to see you." Logan's eye twitched. Adrian chuckled. "And yet, I get the sense Mr. Fisher isn't quite as thrilled." Logan's voice was low. "Leave." Adrian ignored him. "You know, Isabella, if you ever get tired of working for someone so uptight." He pulled out a business card and slid it into her hand. Logan's blood boiled. Isabella, of course, took the card with a sweet smile. "Oh, wow, a job offer. I should consider it." Logan's entire body went rigid. Adrian smirked. And then, without thinking, Logan grabbed Isabella's wrist, pulled her into him, and kissed her. The entire gala seemed to freeze. Adrian blinked. Isabella's brain stopped functioning. And Logan? He definitely didn't think this through. Because now, he had officially lost his mind. And worse? He didn't regret it. Logan Fisher had spent his entire life controlling every aspect of it, his business empire, his daily routines, even his own emotions. But there was one thing he could no longer control: Isabella Montero. Ever since their unexpected kiss, his thoughts had been consumed by her. The woman who had barged into his world with her sarcastic remarks and chaotic energy had somehow become the only person who could make him feel at peace. And that terrified him. That morning, as he walked into his office, he found Isabella already there, sitting on his desk, flipping through his calendar. "You have a meeting at 10, she said without looking up. "A lunch with investors at noon. And oh, your dinner date with your ex tonight. How lovely." Logan sighed and took a seat. "It's not a date, Isabella. It's business." She snorted. "Right, because business always involves candlelit dinners and expensive wine." His jaw tightened. "Samantha is trying to manipulate me. She placed that bid at the auction for a reason. I need to know what she's up to." Isabella finally looked at him, crossing her arms. "And you think the best way to do that is by spending an entire evening with her? You do remember who she is, right? She's a snake in designer heels." Logan smirked. "Jealous?" She scoffed. "As if anything, I feel sorry for you. Spending the night with someone like her sounds like pure torture." He leaned forward, resting his elbows on the desk. "Then come with me." Her eyes widened. "What? Come with me to dinner? Are you serious?" "Very." She hesitated. "You want me there to annoy Samantha, don't you?" Logan's lips twitched into a smirk. "That's a bonus." Isabella rolled her eyes. "Fine, but if she throws wine at me, I'm throwing the whole bottle back." The dinner showdown. That evening, as they arrived at the restaurant, Isabella couldn't help but feel uneasy. She had never cared about what she wore before. But tonight, in a sleek black dress Logan had arranged for her, she felt like she had walked straight into an alternate reality. Samantha was already waiting at the table, dressed to kill in an emerald green gown, her signature smirk in place. "Logan," she greeted smoothly before turning her sharp gaze to Isabella. "Oh, you brought company. Again." Isabella flashed a bright, fake smile. "I know. It's almost like we're attached at the hip." Logan pulled out a chair for Isabella before taking his own seat. "Let's not waste time. What do you want, Samantha?" Samantha leaned in, her red lips curling into a smirk. "I want to know the truth." Logan narrowed his eyes. "What truth?" "That you're no longer allergic to women." She took a sip of her wine, letting her words sink in. "And I think I know why." Isabella stilled, glancing at Logan. Samantha continued, her voice silky. "It's not a condition, Logan. It's psychological." He clenched his jaw. "You don't know what you're talking about." "Oh, but I do." She purred. "You were never really allergic to women. Your body simply rejected people you didn't trust." The table fell silent. Logan exhaled sharply. "That's ridiculous." "Is it?" Samantha smirked. "Then explain why the only woman who can touch you is her." Isabella swallowed, feeling the weight of Samantha's words settle over her. Logan stood abruptly, throwing his napkin onto the table. "This conversation is over." Samantha laughed softly. "You're running away because you know I'm right." Without another word, Logan grabbed Isabella's hand and walked out of the restaurant. The realization, as they stepped outside into the cool night air, Logan let go of Isabella's hand and ran a frustrated hand through his hair. "She's wrong," he muttered. Isabella tilted her head. Is she? His gaze snapped to hers. Don't tell me you believe that nonsense. She took a deep breath. Logan, maybe it's not nonsense. Have you ever thought about why your allergy only applies to women? Why not everyone? Why only certain people? He stared at her, unable to answer. Isabella took a cautious step closer. It's not a disease, Logan. It's fear. He flinched, but she didn't stop. Somewhere deep down, you've always been afraid of being close to someone. Afraid of being vulnerable. So your mind, your body, created a defense mechanism. A way to keep people out. Logan's chest rose and fell with deep, controlled breaths. And then I came along. Isabella whispered. And for some reason, I slipped through the cracks. Logan exhaled sharply, his jaw tight. You're saying I trust you? She smiled softly. I think you trust me more than you want to admit. Silence stretched between them. Then, without warning, Logan stepped closer, his voice low. And what if I don't want to trust you? Her breath hitched. Then that's your loss. His eyes darkened, and for a moment, Isabella thought he was going to kiss her. But instead, he took a step back. This changes nothing, he said firmly. But they both knew that was a lie. Because everything had already changed. The truth lingered between them like an unspoken storm, brewing with intensity. After that night, neither Logan Fisher nor Isabella Montero could pretend that things hadn't changed. But Logan, in his usual stubborn way, refused to acknowledge it. For days, he threw himself into work, avoiding unnecessary conversations and keeping interactions with Isabella strictly professional. But Isabella was done playing by his rules. On the 5th day of Logan's avoidance strategy, Isabella stormed into his office, slamming a folder onto his desk. Logan didn't even flinch. Is there a reason you just tried to give my desk a concussion? She crossed her arms. Yes, you've been avoiding me. He sighed. I've been busy. Bull. He finally looked up, his gaze sharp. Excuse me? You heard me. She stepped closer, frustration burning in her eyes. We're not doing this, Logan. We are not going to act like nothing happened. Nothing did happen, he replied coolly. Her eyes flashed with anger. Are you serious right now? After everything? After Samantha practically spelled it out for you? After you admitted that I'm the only person you... Enough. His voice was low, controlled, but she could hear the strain underneath. Isabella scoffed. Wow, classic Logan Fisher, running from the truth instead of facing it. Logan exhaled sharply and leaned back in his chair. This isn't about running, it's about maintaining control. She threw her hands up. Control of what, Logan? Your emotions? Newsflash. You already lost that battle. He clenched his jaw, refusing to respond. Isabella shook her head. You don't even see it. Do you? You spent your whole life shutting people out, convincing yourself that it was safer that way, that no one could hurt you if you never let them close. But you let me in, and now you don't know what to do with that. Logan stood abruptly, his chair scraping against the floor. I don't have time for this. Of course you don't, she said bitterly, because if you actually stopped for 1 second and let yourself feel, you'd realize that you're falling in love with me. Silence. Logan's entire body tensed, as if she had just spoken the most dangerous words in existence. Isabella took a deep breath. Say it's not true. Logan, look me in the eyes and tell me that you don't feel anything for me. His throat bobbed, his fingers curling into fists. But the words wouldn't come. Because it was true. Isabella let out a soft, humorless laugh. That's what I thought. She turned to leave, but his voice stopped her. I can't, he murmured. She froze. You can't what? Logan exhaled slowly, his voice barely above a whisper. I can't lose control. Isabella turned back to face him, her eyes softer now. You think letting yourself feel something is losing control? He looked at her, the vulnerability in his gaze so raw that it almost broke her heart. Every time I let someone in, I regret it. Her chest tightened. I'm not Samantha. Logan, I'm not here to hurt you. He ran a frustrated hand through his hair. You say that now, but what happens when things change? When you realize I'm not what you want? When you leave? She took a step closer. You're so scared of losing people that you push them away before they even have a chance to stay. Logan clenched his jaw, his eyes filled with conflict. And then, in a split second, Isabella made the decision for him. She closed the distance between them and kissed him. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't hesitant. It was full of frustration, of unspoken words. of emotions that had been suppressed for far too long. Logan tensed for a fraction of a second, but then, something in him snapped. His hands gripped her waist, pulling her closer, deepening the kiss with a desperation that neither of them had ever felt before. This wasn't just a kiss. It was acceptance, a surrender to everything they had been trying to ignore. When they finally pulled apart, both breathless, Isabella searched his gaze. "What now?" she whispered. Logan swallowed hard. "Now, I stop fighting this." A slow, relieved smile spread across her face. "About time, boss." For the first time in years, Logan Fisher let himself feel. And he realized, it wasn't so terrifying after all. For the first time in his life, Logan Fisher was not in control. And strangely, he didn't hate it. After their kiss, something shifted between him and Isabella Montero. The tension that had been simmering beneath the surface finally exploded, leaving them both standing in the aftermath, unsure of what came next. At first, they avoided discussing it, pretending like nothing had changed. But everything had changed. Isabella still bickered with him. She still rolled her eyes at his unreasonable demands. She still challenged him in ways no one ever had before. But now, there were stolen glances, lingering touches, soft smiles that neither of them acknowledged but both of them felt. And Logan was completely, utterly screwed. He wanted her, not just in passing, not as some fleeting distraction, but in a way that terrified him. Because this wasn't just wanting Isabella. This was needing her, and that was dangerous. The business trip. When Logan's assistant informed him about an upcoming business conference in Paris, he immediately knew two things. He needed to attend. He needed Isabella to come with him. Not because he couldn't go without her, but because he didn't want to. She, of course, protested. "Why do you need me there?" she demanded as she paced his office. Logan leaned back in his chair, pretending to be unfazed. "You're my assistant." She narrowed her eyes. "Bull, you never take your assistants to these things." He smirked. "Maybe I just enjoy your company." Her eyes widened slightly before she masked it with an exaggerated groan. Unbelievable. But she went, because deep down, she wanted to. Paris, the city of love, was dangerous. Not because of the conference. Not because of the press waiting to capture every move Logan made. But because Paris had a way of making people fall in love. And Logan was already halfway there. The tension between them became unbearable. From stolen glances across the boardroom table to the way his hand brushed against hers when they walked through the cobblestone streets, Logan was drowning in her. And Isabella? She wasn't doing much better. One evening, after the conference events had ended, Logan found her standing on the hotel balcony, staring at the Eiffel Tower in the distance. "You look like you're thinking too much," he murmured as he stepped beside her. She let out a soft laugh. "I was just thinking about how insane my life has become." Logan arched an eyebrow. "Insane in a bad way?" She turned to him, eyes filled with something he couldn't quite name. "I don't know yet." He hesitated, then reached out, brushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. "You're different," he admitted quietly. Her breath hitched. "So are you." He swallowed hard. "You've changed everything." She gave him a small, bittersweet smile. "And that scares you, doesn't it?" Logan didn't respond, because they both already knew the answer. She sighed, looking away. "I don't want to play games." "Logan, I'm not playing," he said, his voice firm. He exhaled sharply, running a frustrated hand through his hair. "I don't know how to do this." She turned back to face him, her expression soft. "Do what?" "Be with someone. Feel this much. Want something more than just control and success." Silence. Then Isabella took a slow step toward him, their bodies almost touching. "Then let me teach you," she whispered. Logan felt his heart hammer against his ribs. She was offering him something terrifying, something real, and for the first time in his life, he wanted it. Without overthinking, without analyzing, Logan kissed her. This time, it wasn't desperate or heated, it was gentle, certain, and in that moment, Logan Fisher knew. He was falling hard. The morning after, Logan woke up before Isabella. For a moment, he just watched her, the way her hair fell messily over the pillow, the way her lips parted slightly as she slept. She looked peaceful, beautiful, and for the first time, he didn't feel fear. He felt home. But just as the moment settled, his phone buzzed on the nightstand. Reluctantly, he grabbed it. One message. From Samantha Lackler. We need to talk. It's urgent. Logan stared at the screen, dread creeping into his chest. Something was wrong, and he had a terrible feeling that whatever it was, it would change everything. Logan Fisher knew trouble when he saw it. And Samantha Lackler? She was always trouble. The text had been vague, just 4 words. We need to talk. But Logan knew Samantha well enough to recognize when she was playing a game. Still, he had no choice. He had to hear her out. And that was his first mistake. The meeting. Samantha was waiting for him in the lounge of an exclusive Parisian restaurant, sipping a glass of champagne like she didn't have a care in the world. Logan, she purred, setting the glass down as he approached. Samantha, he said coldly, taking the seat across from her. Talk, she smirked, unfazed by his clipped tone. Always so impatient. I don't have time for games. Say what you need to say. Her expression sobered slightly. Fine, I'll get to the point. She leaned forward, voice dropping. Do you know who Isabella really is? Logan's jaw clenched. What the hell are you talking about? Samantha pulled out a manila envelope and slid it across the table. See for yourself. Logan stared at it for a long moment before finally picking it up and pulling out the contents. Inside were documents, photos, a detailed background report on Isabella Montero. Logan's hands tightened around the pages. You had her investigated? He demanded. Samantha shrugged. Let's just say I was curious. His pulse pounded in his ears as he scanned the documents. At first, nothing seemed alarming, but then, his breath caught. A newspaper clipping, a headline that made his stomach drop. Millionaire's long-lost daughter found living under a false name. And beneath it, a photo of Isabella. The confrontation. Logan stormed back into the hotel room, his mind racing. Isabella looked up from the bed, immediately sensing something was wrong. What happened? She asked cautiously. He threw the folder onto the bed. Tell me this isn't true. She frowned, picking up the documents. As she read, her face paled. Logan, I can explain. So it is true. His voice was cold. You're not Isabella Montero. That's not even your real name. Is it? She swallowed hard, guilt flashing in her eyes. No, it's not. His stomach twisted. Who are you? She closed her eyes for a moment before meeting his gaze. My real name is Isabella Reyes. Silence. The Reyes family? Logan's voice was barely a whisper. She nodded. My father was Martin Reyes. Martin Reyes, a powerful businessman, one of Logan's father's former rivals. And more importantly, a man who had disappeared under mysterious circumstances years ago. Logan stepped back as realization crashed over him. All this time, you lied to me? Isabella's eyes filled with tears. It wasn't like that. I wasn't trying to deceive you. Logan, I wanted a fresh start. After my father disappeared, everything fell apart. I had to survive. He shook his head, anger mixing with the betrayal. So what? You became a janitor? At my company? She bit her lip. I didn't know it was your company at first. I just needed a job. But then I met you. And what? You decided to use me? She flinched. No, Logan, I swear. Was this your plan? His voice was sharp. Get close to me? Manipulate me? Her eyes widened in shock. You really think that? Logan's jaw tightened, but he didn't answer. Because part of him didn't believe it. And that scared him even more. The breaking point. Isabella took a shaky breath. Stepping closer. Logan, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant for any of this to happen. But you have to believe me, I fell for you. Not your money. Not your name. He looked at her, really looked at her. And for the first time since finding out the truth, he realized something. He still loved her, but love wasn't enough. Not when trust had been shattered. Not when his whole world had just flipped upside down. He exhaled sharply, stepping back. I can't do this. Isabella. Her breath caught. Logan, you lied to me. His voice was hoarse, and I don't know if I can ever forgive that. Tears welled in her eyes. So that's it? You're just going to walk away? His heart clenched, but he didn't answer. Instead, he turned and left, the sound of the door slamming shut behind him. And for the first time in his life, Logan Fisher felt completely broken. 6 months later, Logan hadn't seen Isabella since Paris. He buried himself in work, pretending like it didn't matter. Like she hadn't been the best and worst thing to ever happen to him. But every time he walked into his office and saw the empty chair where she used to sit, every time he ordered coffee and thought about her ridiculous attempts to improved it. Every time he lay awake at night remembering the way she looked at him like he was more than just a CEO. He knew, he had made the biggest mistake of his life. And then, one morning, his secretary walked in with a nervous look on her face. "Sir, someone's here to see you." Logan barely looked up. "Tell them I'm busy." There was a pause. "Sir, it's Isabella." His heart stopped. Slowly, he lifted his gaze, and there she was, standing in his doorway, looking just as stunning as he remembered. But different, stronger, determined, and holding an envelope in her hand. "I had to see you," she said softly. Logan swallowed hard, unable to look away. "Why?" She stepped forward, placing the envelope on his desk. "Because I wanted to tell you the truth. The whole truth. No more secrets." Silence stretched between them. Then, finally, Logan picked up the envelope and opened it. Inside was a letter. Her resignation. And beneath it, a handwritten note. "I never wanted your money, Logan. I just wanted you. And if you still want me, you know where to find me." His heart pounded. He looked up, but she was already walking away. And for the first time in 6 months, Logan Fisher knew exactly what he needed to do. Epilogue. 1 year later. The sound of waves crashed against the shore as Logan walked onto the secluded beach. In the distance, he saw her. Isabella was standing near the water, her hair blowing in the breeze, completely unaware that he was there. His chest tightened. She had always been the only woman he could touch. But she was also the only woman he could never let go. Taking a deep breath, he stepped forward, and when she turned around, eyes widening in shock, he finally said the words that had been trapped inside him for too long. "I'm sorry." A beat of silence. Then, Isabella smiled. "Good, because I wasn't going to wait forever." And when she ran into his arms, Logan Fisher finally understood. Some things were worth fighting for. And Isabella Montero? She was worth everything. The end. Did you enjoy Logan and Isabella's journey? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories like this. If this story has touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Millionaire Love Stories. Have love and resilience ever changed your life? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Subscribe for more stories of love, transformation, and the power of connection. Together, let's believe in the magic of love.